Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Gems of Knowledge. Today I am here with a new video on chemical reactions and equations of class 10th, which is written in a question answer format so that it must be easier for you all to solve the question papers. So before starting, if you are new to my channel, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell button to get the notification to the earliest. Make sure you watch the video till the end, and if you like the video, share with your friends as well. So now, without wasting our time, let's quickly start with the video.
So the first question here you can see is define the following questions. Okay, to the introduction part of this chapter, I have given you this question, that is, you need to learn about what is chemical reaction, what is chemical equation, what is balanced chemical equation, what is endothermic and exothermic reactions. So this will be the introductory part of this chapter. Okay, so the first question is, what is chemical reaction? So you may have learnt in your class 9 there are two types of chemical reactions. One is physical reaction and one is chemical reaction. Physical reaction was the thing where you will not get any new product, you can reverse the same product. Okay, but here chemical reaction is the changes in which one or more new substances is formed. Okay, this chemical reaction, it is a reaction where you will find a new substance. Suppose I will give you an example of burning a paper. Okay, you are having a paper in this case. Okay, and when you burn it, you are going to get the ashes of the paper, and using that ashes you cannot reverse your paper. Means this was your original product, and at last the final product is ash. That is something different product, means a new product you are getting. New product is formed over there. That is nothing but called as chemical reaction. Okay, next coming to chemical equation. What is chemical equation? Is representation of this chemical reaction using your symbols and formulas for reactant and product. Okay, there are two cases, one will be reactant side and one will be the product side. So when you use symbols and formulae in the form of reactants and product in a chemical reaction, you will get a chemical equation. Okay, next is balanced chemical equation. Now what is this balanced chemical equation? Okay, so you can see when the number of atoms of a particular element is equal of both product and reactant side, the equation is balanced. Okay, so what is this balancing chemical equation? Means the number of atoms in one side. So you can see this is a chemical reaction given. Okay, the left side products, okay, the left side whatever the substance are there, it is called as reactant side. Okay, and the right side of this arrow mark, the two products what are given here, they are called as the product. Okay, now here you can see two products are there. Okay, sorry, the two reactants are there. So you can see here there are two reactants over here. Combining this two, you are getting this one. Okay, so these you can see here carbon is given. C is nothing but carbon, it is one, and here also you are getting carbon, but it is only one atom. Here oxygen is 2 times, here also oxygen is 2 times. So this is what the balanced chemical equation, because the number of atoms, you can see number of atoms of a particular element, number of atoms of a particular element means number of atom of a carbon is equal in both the cases. It must be equal in product also and it must be equal in reactant also, but both the reactant side as well as the product side, then it is called as the chemical equation is balanced. Okay, then only we can say that chemical equation is balanced. Next you need to learn two types of reactions more. One is exothermic reaction and one is endothermic reaction. What is exothermic reaction? A chemical reaction in which heat is produced. So you can see heat is produced means whenever after a chemical reaction you get heat liberated, that particular condition is called as exothermic reaction. And endothermic reaction, a chemical reaction in which heat is absorbed, means you can see to split up this substance, that is CaCO3, okay, into CaO plus CO2. To split up this calcium carbonate into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, we need heat. If we are heating this calcium carbonate, then only it gets splitted up into calcium oxide as well as carbon dioxide. Okay, I hope the first question is cleared here. Next we'll move on to the second question. Name the factors which determine the chemical reaction. How can you identify that a chemical reaction has taken place? Only by the four conditions. One is it may change its color. By the change of color, we can identify there is a chemical reaction happening over there, or the state will change. State in the sense it will change, the substance may change from solid to liquid, or liquid to gas, or else gas to solid, or gas to liquid, whatever it is. The change of state will take place. Okay, then the temperature will change. The change in temperature changes can determine the chemical reaction, as well as the evolution of gas. Either the hydrogen gas will be coming out of it, carbon dioxide gas, or any gases it may be. Okay, so the evolution of gas also show that there is a chemical reaction taking place into that particular reaction. Okay, then the next question you can see, name the types of chemical reactions. So how many types of chemical reactions are there? So first you have learned about what is chemical reaction, what is chemical equation. This is regarding the introductory part, as I have told you earlier. You can see the chapter name is only given as chemical reaction and equation. So I have already explained what is chemical reaction, what is chemical equation, then what is balanced. Okay, later on I will teach you how to balance the chemical equation. Okay, then the two most important things, one is exothermic reaction and one is endothermic reaction. Next, how can we understand the chemical reaction is happening, the factors, how can we determine the chemical reaction? These are four things. Okay, next, okay, coming to the next question, that is third question. You can see here, name the types of chemical reactions and differentiate between them is given. Okay, so normally there are four types of chemical reaction. Basically what happens is there is a 2-mark question regarding these types of chemical reactions. Either they will ask you the definition for that, or either they will give you the reactions here, balanced chemical equation, and you have to identify which type of chemical reaction is this. Okay, so basically 2-mark question you can expect from this part. So I have written what are the types of chemical reaction. Later on I will tell you how to identify whether it is combination, whether it is decomposition, or displacement, or double displacement. Okay, so the first condition, see what are the types of chemical reactions. Name the types of chemical reactions. There are 4 types of chemical reactions. First one is combination reaction, second one is decomposition reaction, third one is displacement reaction, and the fourth one is double displacement reaction. Okay, so let us see one by one what is combination reaction, what is decomposition, what is displacement, and what is double displacement. Okay, so the first one here is nothing but combination reaction. What is combination? So the name itself suggests combination. It is combining. Okay, so see, reaction in which 2 or more substances combine to form a new substance. Okay, the reaction which is taking place between 2 or more substances, where you can see the 2 or more substances are combining to form a new substance, is called as combination reaction. You can see the example over here. 2 Mg plus O2. These are the two different substances, that is magnesium and oxygen. So it is combining together to form magnesium oxide, 2MgO. This is nothing but combination reaction. Okay. Next comes decomposition reaction. So what is decomposition reaction? Okay. So this is decomposition reaction is exactly opposite to your combination reaction. Here what happens is you mix 2 or more products to get one single product. Okay, you mix 2 or more substances to get a single product, but here what happens is a single compound breaks into 2 products. Okay, just see, a reaction in which single compound breaks to form 2 or more simple substances. This type of reaction is called as decomposition reaction. You can see here example is given, CaCO3. This is calcium carbonate and it is splitted up into CaO, calcium oxide, and CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, I hope these two are clear. These two are asked. Okay, and they are asking us, and the question might appear, why decomposition reaction is exactly opposite to the combination reaction. Okay, So let us see that later on why it is exactly opposite. You can see because of the definition itself you can identify, because of this reason only they are exactly opposite. Okay, next comes displacement reaction, the reaction in which more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from a compound. So what is displacement reaction? Say displacement, you have heard what is displacement. Displacement means moving from one place to another. So basically what happens here is one compound, okay, one element out of a compound will displace its position and move to the other position. So you can see example is given here. Fe plus CuSO4 is given. So CuSO4 is a compound over here. Fe is an element. Okay. CuSO4 is a compound because it is mixed. Copper sulfate. Copper is mixed. Sulfur is mixed. Oxygen is mixed. And it forms copper sulfate. Okay. So what happens is sulfate here. Sulfate, what happens is it will leave this copper and it will move towards the Fe. That is iron. It will move towards the iron, and in the product we will get it as FeSO4, that is iron sulfate plus, and the Cu will be left as it is. As you can see, CuSO4 in this condition, this SO4 will leave its position. It was sitting with Cu. Okay, and now it want to move from her place to some other person. So what it will do, this SO4 will move its place to some other person, that is iron. This sulfur will go and sit along with Fe. So it will form FeSO4, that is iron sulfate, and this copper will be left alone. Okay. Similarly, double displacement reaction, if you understood, then you can definitely understand what is double displacement reaction. Okay, so here what happens is double displacement you have learned here, double displacement which is taking place 2 times. Okay, so here reaction in which compound react to form 2 different compounds by mutual exchange of ions. So here what happens is mutual exchange of ions. Sorry, I forgot to tell you here. Here it is given as a reaction in which more reactive element displaces less reactive element. So this reactive elements you will learn into your 3rd chapter, that is metals and non-metals, I guess. Okay, into that chapter you will learn reactivity series. There you will understand which one is most reactive metal and which element is the less reactive metal. Okay, so according to that you can identify that that particular element will displace its atoms. Okay, that we will study into that particular topic only. Okay, here you can see 2 different compounds by mutual exchange of gases. Now you can see here Na2SO4 is given, which is sodium sulfate plus barium chloride. Okay, so here what happens, this sulfate and this barium, what it does, it will exchange its positions. After exchange of position, what happens, this Cl will take place to Na2SO4, so Na2Cl. Okay, so you are getting NaCl, 2 NaCl, that is sodium chloride you are getting, and this SO4 will go and settle with this Ba, that is barium, and it will form barium sulfate. So you are getting BaSO4. This SO4 will settle to this Ba and this Cl will settle to this Na. So 2 times displacement is taking place. So it is called as double displacement reaction. Okay, so I hope this question is also cleared. So next question, you can see question is given. Name the types of decomposition reactions and explain with an example. So now as you have learned 4 different types of reactions here, the second one was decomposition reaction. So which states that a single compound is broke into 2 or more simple substances. Okay, so this type is having, again, example. Okay, so this type of chemical reaction, that is decomposition reaction, is also having the types now. So let us see what are the types in this. Okay, and explain with an example. So this question can be asked in one more type. You can see here, write one equation each for decomposition reaction where energy supplied is in the form of heat, electricity or light. So this question can be also asked. Okay, we have to write each equation for all these conditions. Okay, so moving on to the answer. So you can see here there are three types into the chemical decomposition reaction. First one is electrolysis. So what is electrolysis? Decomposition of a substance by passing the electricity. When the decomposition of a substance take place, when you pass the electricity, that particular process is called as electrolysis. Okay, so there is one experiment into this chapter which you are going to learn into your next part of the video. Okay, that is nothing but electrolysis of water, where the decomposition reaction takes place to split up the products. Okay, then next one is thermal decomposition of a substance on heating. Thermal is nothing but heat. Okay, so decomposition which is of the substance because of this heat, that type of reaction is called as thermal decomposition reaction. You can see here, if there is FeSO4, which is iron sulfate, when you in the presence of heat, what happens when you provide heat to this iron sulfate, it get separated into Fe2O3, SO2 and SO3. So these are the three components which are formed after thermal decomposition, after providing heat to this FeSO4. Okay, then next one is photochemical decomposition. So decomposition of a substance by absorbing light energy. By absorbing the light energy, the whatever the substance is decomposed, that particular thing is called as photochemical decomposition. So here the example is given, 2AgCl, that is 2 silver chloride. Okay, Ag is nothing but silver chloride. When you pass sunlight to that particular AgCl, it will get splitted up into Ag, which is silver, and chlorine. Okay, silver as well as chlorine. So this is nothing but photochemical decomposition. Okay, so here two types questions can be asked. You have to mention the types of decomposition reaction with examples, or they may also ask you write the decomposition reaction equations for the decomposition reaction, where it deals with electrolysis, then heat, and also sunlight. Okay, next you have studied about the double displacement reaction. It is also having two types. One is precipitation reaction and one more is neutralization reaction. So precipitation reaction, so you all know what is precipitate. Okay, so any reaction which produces a precipitate. Okay, precipitate is nothing but the insoluble substances. Okay, I hope you people know this, what is precipitate. Whenever you mix two substances, you get a milky or a thick substances from which you are unable to see the other thing, outside thing. That particular thing is called as insoluble substances. Okay, the substances which are not completely soluble in your water are called as insoluble substances. In short, it is called as precipitate. Okay, so any reaction which gives you a precipitate is called as precipitation reaction. So example is given here, AgNO3, silver nitrate, plus NaCl, that is sodium chloride, will give you AgCl. You can see what is this. This is double displacement reaction. What happens in this? Both the ions are having the mutual exchange. Okay, so it means Cl will move to this side and NO3 will move to this side. Okay, so it will become AgCl and NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate. Okay, so NaNO3, it is known as sodium nitrate. Next one is neutralization reaction. So what is neutralization reaction? A reaction where acid and base both react together to form salt and water. This process is called as neutralization reaction. So this equation you are going to learn into your second chapter, that is acid, bases and salt. There you will learn this completely. Okay, so here you need to remember, when you are adding acid as well as a base, you are getting salt and water. This condition is nothing but your neutralization reaction. Okay, so NaOH is nothing but your base, that is sodium hydroxide, and HCl is nothing but acid, that is hydrochloric acid. When you mix both the conditions, you are getting salt, that is NaCl, sodium chloride. Okay, salt and water will be liberated. So this is nothing but your neutralization reaction. Moving to the next question, explain redox reaction. Okay, redox reaction. You need to understand redox means here two conditions are present. One is oxidation and one is reduction. Two reactions are taking place in case of redox reaction. One is reduction and one is oxidation. Reduction and oxidation. Redox. Reduction, oxidation. So it is called as redox. Okay. So reaction which involves both oxidation and reduction is called as redox reaction. So the reaction which are involving both these conditions are called as redox reaction. So let us know what is oxidation, what is reduction. Okay. Reaction which involves addition or we can say gain of oxygen. Oxidation, name itself says oxidation, addition of oxygen. Okay. Addition, or you can say another name, you can say gaining of oxygen. Gaining, okay, adding or gaining of oxygen, or in another way you can say loss of hydrogen. I will tell you this later on. Okay, see, oxidation, you can by the name itself suggest that addition of oxygen. Oxidation, adding oxygen. Reduction, reducing oxygen. Okay, loss of oxygen, or you can say removal of oxygen. You can also say that removal of oxygen is called as reduction. Adding of oxygen and removal of oxygen. Okay, so basically you can see here example is given CuO plus H2. Okay, copper oxide plus H2. Okay, hydrogen will give you Cu plus H2O. So here you can see CuO, it was copper with oxygen. Okay, then after coming to the product side, you are only getting copper here. Oxygen is reduced, removed. Okay, so oxygen when it is removed, you can say reduction is taking place. Here reduction is taking place. Okay, and here it was H2, and when it is coming to the product side, it is added with oxygen. It means addition of oxygen is taken place here, which is called as oxidation. Okay, so here there are two conditions. In the two ways you can answer what is oxidation, what is reduction, based on hydrogen content and based on oxygen content. If you add oxygen, it is oxidation. If you remove oxygen, it is reduction. Okay, similarly if you are adding oxygen, there will be loss of something to that element. Okay, what will be the loss? Loss of hydrogen. Hydrogen will be lost. Okay, if you are adding oxygen, hydrogen will be lost. Okay, and if you are adding hydrogen, oxygen will be lost. Okay, you need to remember like this. Oxidation means adding of oxygen, means loss of hydrogen. Reduction means reducing oxygen, means addition of hydrogen. Okay, so I hope this is understood by you, and the normal question will be asked into this particular reaction: which one is oxidized, which is the substance that is oxidized, and which is the substance that is reduced. So you can see H2 was not having any oxygen. When it comes to the product side, it is having oxygen, means here oxygen is added. It means H2 is oxidized. Okay, and here Cu was having oxygen, and when it comes to the product side, CuO oxygen is removed. It means oxygen is reduced here. So you can write CuO is reduced. Okay, I hope this question is cleared. Next one is, why should a chemical equation be balanced? So what is the need of balancing a chemical equation? Okay, so according to the law of conservation of mass, we need to know that the number of atoms of each element remains the same before and after a chemical reaction. Before happening the chemical reaction, what was the element? How many atoms of elements were present in the reactant side? That many atoms must be present in the product side also. So this is nothing but the law of conservation of mass. So according to that law of conservation, we need to balance the chemical equation. Okay. The next one is, explain the terms corrosion and rancidity. What is corrosion and what is rancidity? So normally you know what is corrosion. Okay, you know rusting of iron. Yes, I hope you all know what is rusting of iron. Okay, the similar process is called as corrosion Okay, similar process is called as corrosion. But in case of iron, it is called as rusting. But in case of other components, it is other metals, it is called as corrosion. Okay, so see, the process of slow conversion of metals into their undesirable components, okay, or undesirable compounds due to their reaction with oxygen, acid, gases, water, etc. present in the atmosphere is called as corrosion. So normally you have seen many coins, you can see, or the copper vessels which have been inside, from the inside you can see the copper vessel has completely become greenish in color. Why is that? That is because of the acid content, we can say, or it is because of the humidity, it is because of the much more time when it is exposed to oxygen, or when it is kept in the water itself. Okay, so in all those conditions you can see a greenish tarnishing layer will be accommodated onto that particular copper product. That particular condition is nothing but the corrosion, where your metal is converted into its undesirable component. Okay, undesirable component means it will form into its oxides or hydroxides layer, and you will get some greenish color onto that particular substance. Okay, this is in the case of iron also. You can see iron is getting black. Okay, not iron, sorry, silver is getting black when you are wearing a silver chain. After 2 to 3 days, if you continuously wear that silver chain, you will feel that, not 2 to 3 days, after few months we can say, it is getting blackened in color. Okay, so it is because of the all the sweats, whatever the when it is reacting with oxygen, it is reacting with high temperatures or water content. Okay, so because of that it is getting a blackish layer above it. That is also called as corrosion. Okay, next one, the last one here is rancidity. The taste and odor of the food materials containing fats and oils changes when they are left exposed to air for a longer period of time. This is called as rancidity. Okay, normally when you bring chips packet to your home, okay, and you open it, after opening it you totally forget that a chips packet was kept here. You eat few of the substance, you eat few chips from that particular packet, and you keep it for longer time and you forget it. After 10 to 15 days, when you try to open that packet and eat again, you will feel that the change in taste, change of smell. Okay, and you will throw that product without eating. So that particular condition is called as rancidity. See, the taste and odor is nothing but smell. The taste and smell of food material containing the fats and oil, okay, containing fats and oil changes when they are left exposed to air, when it is left exposed to air for longer period of time. This particular condition is called as rancidity. Why this is caused? It is caused due to oxidation of fats and oil present in the food material. Okay, it is because the food material get oxidized to that air. Fine, I hope you have understood with these 8 questions. There are few more questions which will be explained into my next video. Okay, till then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also share with your friends as well. So I know most of the people will be asking me about the pens which I have used for the writing. So the link of the pens will be provided into the description box. If you are interested, you can buy from that link as well. Okay, and in my next video we'll learn how to balance the equation, and if there are few more questions related to these questions, okay, I may solve it into my next videos. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and press the bell icon so that you get my videos as soon as I post it. Okay, so till then, stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you.